Hi everyone, this is Tim Guy here, about ready to do my science experiment. Got my Dixie cups, got a whole bunch of pins, some other stuff here. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna make my first attempt here to try to filter out some water. All right, so we've got our leaning tower of filtration built. I still need to figure out what to put in each of these cups. But I got some hints from the video. I'm going to take some looks online about what all the different soil levels are and try to figure out on my own a little bit about what needs to go in each one. But I'm just kind of hoping this thing doesn't fall down when I put stuff in it. All right, so we got our materials in. I ended up using the cheesecloth in the top layer as the humus level. I kind of got that from the video, but then the other ones I kind of had to figure out on my own. I figured the alum was probably going to be the topsoil portion. The reason I figured that out is because the other ones I kind of probably pretty much by process elimination, because I figured out the next level, the subsoil, is supposed to be sand. Everything I looked up online, I did some research, said that there's sand involved in that area. And then the next level, I did the charcoal, because it's supposed to be like the smaller broken up rock, and the bigger broken up rock I did ground for the bottom. So I just went outside, got some mud, put it in a cup with some water. I don't know if you can see this, but it's pretty murky. So let's try it and see what happens. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, so slight issue first time. I walked away for about 10 minutes, came back, realized no water was going through. My holes weren't big enough. So hopefully it works this time, because I'm actually now out of alum, having to kind of go through everything. So let's try it again. I still got murky water over here. Let's see if we can get a better result this time. All right, so we finished up. We have our clear water. So looking at my water, it doesn't have any dirt in it anymore, and it is definitely clear. You can see kind of through it, although it does have a slight color to it. I don't know if I can get the camera to pick up on that. I don't know if you can see. Okay, but it definitely has like a darker color to it. I don't know if that's the charcoal kind of dyed it when it went through there, or maybe I messed something up. I don't know, but I think that this is pretty clear in terms of filtering, besides the little dyed color. So obviously that's the last time I could do it, because I ran out of the alum. But I think that my project was pretty successful. I think I followed all the layers. This was a pretty fun activity. Looking at this, and where it kind of falls on the different inquiry levels on the continuum here. In terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and which kind of level I think they're at. For number 1, where we're engaged in a scientifically oriented question, I think that's pretty much the teacher guided. The teacher kind of told us what to do and what we were kind of looking at, and can we build this? So I think that part of it's not as student-centered as some of the other ones. I think that's kind of the furthest left on the teacher-guided spectrum here. But number 2, we're given priority to evidence and develop and evaluate explanations. I think that we are definitely a little more towards the student-centered and the learner self-directed on that side. We kind of had to figure out on our own where everything needed to go and kind of get our own evidence here of whether we had clear water or not. We weren't even told really what our water was supposed to look like at the end. So I'm kind of pulling that together and saying to myself, what makes water clear? And kind of answering that myself. For number 3, learners formulating explanations from our evidence to address. I mean, that's all very student-centered. I'm here right now explaining what's going on and what I figured out. So, if you look at it, learner-guided, we're kind of guided a little bit in this process of what we're supposed to do. I think we're given some explanation of what we're supposed to be looking for a little bit, but we're kind of the ones who had to come up with what's going on. For number 4, the learners evaluate their explanations in light of alternative explanations. I don't know if that applies here. I don't know if I had any alternate. I guess when I look at the other videos, that might come up a little bit more. But really the communicating piece at the end, I think that's definitely very learner focused. So I think overall this activity definitely was an inquiry-based activity and was really good. I know I had to do some research on my own and look up and think about what each layer needed to be based off the materials we were given. So I think it worked out pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with my clear water that I ended up with.